uploading a 40-page PDF to Claude every time you ask a question. You're paying for 39 pages you don't need on every single call. If you're processing client contracts, statements, or invoices through Claude and your bill keeps creeping up, this is why. I'll show you the exact pre-processing step that cut one client's Claude bill from $190 to $11 a month to $11. Same accuracy. Actually better answer. Most tutorials obsess over single document accuracy and ignore the cost curve in production. I run this pipeline daily for invoice automation on real client documents. Let's break down the swap that pays for itself in week 1. Here's the scenario you probably recognize. A client sends you a 40-page contract or a multi-page bank statement. You drop it into Claude. Ask a question like, what's the late payment clause? Or what was the total billed in March? And you get an answer. It works. So you keep doing it. 10 queries a day, 50 queries a day, and suddenly your Anthropic console is showing numbers that don't match the value you're getting. I saw this exact pattern on a document automation system we run for a small invoicing business. They were processing about 1,200 queries a month across client PDFs. The bill was 192 queries a month across client PDFs. The bill was $100. The answers were fine. But when I pulled the token logs, the problem was obvious. Every single query was sending the entire 40-page document as input. That's roughly 52,000 input tokens per question. At Claude's pricing, that's about 16 cents a query just to ask, where's the payment date? The model doesn't need 39 pages of legal boilerplate to answer that. It needs one paragraph on page 3. So here's the fix, and it's 3 steps. Step 1. You chunk the PDF by page when it first arrives, not every time someone asks a question. Use pypdf or pdfplumber, loop through pages, store each page as a separate text blob with metadata, document ID, page number, source file. This happens once on ingestion. Step 2. You embed each page using a cheap embedding model. Voyage or OpenAI's small embedding model. Voyage or OpenAI's small embedding model both work. Fractions of a cent per document. You store those vectors in SQLite with the sqlite-vec extension. No pinecone, no weaviate, no managed vector database. SQLite handles tens of thousands of pages on a laptop without breaking a sweat. The whole storage layer is one file you can back up by copying. Step 3 is the retrieval. When a question comes in, you embed the question, run a similarity search against your stored page vectors, pull the top 3 pages, and send only those 3 pages to Claude with the question. That's it. 15 lines of Python for the retrieval function. The prompt to Claude looks like, here are 3 pages from document X, page numbers 3, 7, and 12. Answer the question and cite the page. Now look at what changes. Same 40-page document, same question. Direct upload. 52,000 input tokens, 16 cents. Indexed retrieval. About 3,200 input tokens for 3 pages, plus the question, under a cent. Across 1,200 monthly queries, the bill drops from $192 to about $11. That's a 94% cut. And here's the part nobody talks about. Accuracy actually improves. When you stuff 40 pages of context into a single prompt, Claude has to figure out what's relevant. The more irrelevant pages it sees, the more chances it has to drift, hallucinate a clause from the wrong section, or quote a number from the wrong table. When you pre-filter to the 3 most relevant pages, the model focuses. It cites the right page. It stops mixing up similar-looking sections. The same swap that cuts your bill also cuts your error rate. One more thing worth mentioning. This isn't theoretical. The numbers I just gave you are from billing logs on a production system processing real client documents every day. Multi-page contracts, bank statements, supplier invoices in 2 languages. The pipeline runs on a small home server, costs almost nothing to operate, and the savings compound the more documents you process. If you're a solopreneur or a small agency running client documents through Claude, this is the swap. Chunk once on ingestion, embed once, retrieve top 3 pages per query. Stop paying for pages the model never reads. If you want this pipeline built and wired into your actual workflow, Gmail intake, document parsing, Claude retrieval, the whole loop. That's exactly what we ship at BizflowAI.io. Go take a look, see real client systems we've deployed. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so the next breakdown lands in your feed. And if you've got a document workflow eating hours every week, book a free 30-minute discovery call at BizflowAI.io, and we'll map out what's automatable.